I've done it. I have watched all of Dragon Ball Z. It took me 7 years, but I finally done it. And what is my conclusion? Oh god, man, don't watch Z. Now, obviously, I'm a Dragon Ball fan. See the hat? But when I say don't watch Z, I'm not saying avoid Dragon Ball at all costs. I'm saying there's something better you can watch instead of Z. First, watch Dragon Ball Kai. In America, it will be called Z Kai. Why? Well, you see, Dragon Ball Z is 291 episodes. Now, why did it take me so long to watch it? Because I did not watch it weekly. You saw the box sets I put out. Why was it so long? Well, you see, there's actually a pretty interesting case for that. It's called I was lazy and I procrastinated and I just didn't want to. It took too much time. I was a kid, man. 2018, I think 13. I think I was 13 then. So a 13-year-old watching one of these, one disc from these is like 2 hours or so. You think I had that much time? Well, yeah, I did. I didn't have a job yet, and you know, the weekends were open for me, and right off of school I could have easily done it, so there's no excuses why I didn't do it. But that's not the point. I finished it now, especially after realizing just one of those box sets is like 12 or so hours, so it got a little easier, just a dedicated day to watch it. But watch Kai. Now, why do I say watch Dragon Ball Z Kai? Well, get rid of the fluff, man. Dragon Ball Z is fillerific. What do I mean by filler? Well, quick side tangent, so this will be fast.
Filler is just something that takes you out of the arc.
Yeah, and that's that's kind of the answer for it. So, with all these stories taking you out of the arc, why? Why am I telling you to watch Kai? Well, it takes it all out. Filler is very few and far between. With Dragon Ball Z, there's whole episodes of just filler just to not catch up with the manga. But Kai, either it will slice it down so much that it's like a quick little footnote, or just take an episode to compile all that filler in. The Saiyan Saga, all that filler, man, that filler's done. I do not want to see Gohan save a bunch of orphans again. I don't want to see Gohan save a robot from a cave. I don't want to see that nonsense, man. Get to the action and get to the point as well. All that stuff is just taking me out of it. Put me back in it. But Kai also does a lot more. You see, if you want to be a Dragon Ball fan now, and you say like after Dragon Ball Z, I'm going to go to the next step, watch Kai, because Dragon Ball Super and everything after that uses Kai stuff. They use footage from Kai. They use the voices from Kai. Well, that's mostly because a lot of the Z voice actors are dead in Japan, so that's why they redid it. But, you know, if you want to be a Dragon Ball fan after this, if you watch Kai and you're like, you know, I want to watch some more Dragon Ball, then, yeah, fair point. But hey, if you want to watch Super right after it, you want to watch Kai instead. Because the only thing that is continuing from like Z, the Z story itself, would be GT, and that's if you really care to watch it, and the movies, which is if you really care to watch them, because not a lot of people do. I know some do. Wrath of the Dragon, that's my favorite Dragon Ball movie, period. But I also recognize, you know, close to 300 episodes, that's not good. Dragon Ball Kai originally was just 98 episodes. Yeah, but that's also because it only went to the Cell Saga. After that, it's kind of implied that you should go back to Z to watch the Otherworld Tournament filler arc, by the way. And then that goes into the Buu Saga and then the end of Z. They actually went back to it. After Dragon Ball Super came out, Kai came back with Kai the Final Chapters, and they did the whole Buu arc. No Otherworld Tournament. Oh yeah, don't diss on it. I don't hate it, but I'm like, you know, keep me with the story. Don't give me the fluff. And so, Dragon Ball Kai, how much episodes was it? 167 episodes. Now, you may be wondering, that's a lot of episodes. Yeah, but that's also a lot less episodes. So I'll take the lot less episodes because it's a lot less. But I also recognize, like, hey, that's just a lot of episodes I don't really want to watch. Like, I'm going to sit down and watch this stuff. Well, then I'll tell you there's actually a pretty interesting thing you could do. You see, Dragon Ball is based off of this type of story that is written in Japan usually. It's called a manga. We can associate with either a comic book or a graphic novel now. Read that. Now, I recognize I'm a Dragon Ball fan. I don't read. But I also do say, please read that, because if you're reading the manga, for starters, you're not going to find a Z portion. If you actually want to see the whole story of Dragon Ball, read the manga, because then you're going to have to start from the beginning of Dragon Ball, Goku's a kid, to the end of Z. There was no Z, that's an anime only thing. That's why when I said before in America it's going to be called Z Kai, that is because just for international promotion, people like Z, why not call it Z? Let's think about money for a second, so that's why Kai. Now you may be wondering, Tucker, I don't watch anything. I actually have a friend who used to always tell me he never watched movies or TV shows. He just played video games. And with that, I say, great, I'll help you with that. Tune in next week when I make a video on Dragon Ball games that are the best way to watch Dragon Ball. Because, hey, I recognize maybe you don't want to watch something. I'd rather play a game. Okay. Yeah, I'll help you with that. So, tune in next week just to see that video. And, of course, thank you guys for watching this video. And, of course, just so you know, I'm a Dragon Ball fan. I don't want to come off as, don't watch Z. I'm just saying, if you're going to watch a Dragon Ball show, watch Kai. And I've also yet to say watch the original Dragon Ball. Read the manga. Of course, the original Dragon Ball anime is all good and all. Read the manga, because the amount of filler in that is a more world-breaking. There's an episode in the original Dragon Ball about how the Dragon Balls were made. Toriyama had absolutely nothing to do with it. So let's just say, yeah, read the manga if you want to do that, because that would actually help a bunch. And until then, I'll see you next time. Tucker out.